What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. We have a great little laptop for you today. It is a 14-inch HP EliteBook X, and I have to look at the number, G1i. And it's a great little laptop. It goes for, depending upon which version you get, because there's tons of these versions. This one has the LCD monitor and 32 gigs of RAM, has the Intel Core 7 Ultra processor, has 512 gigs of storage, and this is gonna go for about $1,800, but it's only 2.6 pounds. It's got tons of ports. So on this side, you'll see an HDMI 2.1 port, two Thunderbolt 4 ports or USB-C ports, a headphone jack. You have another USB-C port, a full-size USB port, and then a Kensington lock. Now, I do wish that it had a micro SD or a full-size SD card for here, because if you wanted to video edit or do any kind of that, transferring photos and videos from a card, you're gonna have to get an adapter. Not at the end of the world, but it would have been nice if this had it. Here's a full look around the laptop. I already showed you the ports on both of these sides. And then there's the front. So this is definitely a laptop. It doesn't turn into one of those flip ones they have, but it goes pretty flat, you can see right there. Other than that, very thin and light. You have a webcam at the top there. And I'll show you the webcam, a little video with the microphones and with the, like I said, the webcam, a sample of that. Hi, this is the camera and microphone coming from the HP EliteBook X G1i. And I had to look up to there to see what it was. It's such a long name, crazy name. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I think, and I have low light on, so let me turn my lights on here to get an even better image. There you go. Got my green screen, got everything. So yeah, this actually doesn't look that bad for this camera. So what do you guys think? Do you think it looks good? You think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments. You got speakers on the side right here. You have a backlit keyboard. This keyboard is really nice to type on, really easy to type, no problems at all. It does have the Copilot button right there. So if you want to use Copilot AI, it has all of that. Trackpad is nice as well. You can see the Intel Core Ultra 7 processor sticker right there. Overall, the design of this hardware is quite nice. I guess that's plastic. It's a plastic, and it's this blue color as well, which is pretty cool. It's not the traditional black or silver or anything like that. I like this. It's a nice bluish color, and just overall nice build quality for a plastic laptop. It's perfectly fine and lightweight and very, very portable, which I appreciate a lot. The display, like I said, is an LCD display, but you can see the viewing angles are amazing on here. They're really, really good. You don't lose any color really at all when you're looking at it. And then even head on, it gets pretty bright. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the nits on this is about 500-ish nits, a little over 500 nits. So it gets nice and pretty bright for a laptop. So, if you're looking for a 14-inch, this is a 1080p monitor. Again, it just looks pretty darn good. Here's a 4K video just to show you. It looks really good. Like, the colors just pop. It's a beautiful LCD monitor. I have no problem with this at all. Like, if someone showed me this, I'd be like, hey, that looks darn good. It looks really good. So if you don't be concerned that this has an LCD monitor. I do believe they have an OLED model too, if you wanted to go that high, but it's gonna be much more expensive. Next, we'll do a little speaker test.
She get to the cash when she want. She look like a bad when she want. She get to the cash when she want. She look like a bad when she want. Girl, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Speakers have a nice boom to them. I still think like a MacBook Pro has better speakers, but these sound really good. If I give them let's just say the MacBook Pro has like 9 out of 10, I'd give these 7.5, 7. It doesn't have as much bass, but it gets pretty loud. 2K battery powered security camera. So let's do an unboxing. I'll show you all the great features about this. So let's get into it. Here's a closer look at the box with the speakers again for this. I would like a little bit more low end in when I'm talking, but very loud, and like again, that 7.5 out of 10 speaker is plenty good for this. The other thing that comes in the box is a 65 watt USB-C charger. So it comes with all the cables and stuff. This is just the brick itself, but this is a 65 watt charger. So it'll charge your computer pretty fast. All right, what about gaming? This is Roblox, but it's a game within that, an experience called Paris. And I think it looks pretty darn good. So if you wanted to play a light game, this can definitely pretty much do it. I turned the graphics all the way up on this for Roblox, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. But this is like a good little representation of what, if you go to Paris, what it will look like overall. And like I said, I think it looks pretty good for giving you an experience of what to expect with some graphics that it can handle. So I think all that's really nice. There you get a little water moving, which you can't really move. This is a really tiny map with nobody in it. But yeah, I think it looks great. It looks really nice. Now we'll play a little pre-sync, and I'm just gonna show you what graphics I'm using. I've tried it on like very high, and it plays, but the frame rate is not that great. So I will kind of show you that, me just kind of driving around here. All right, so like I said, I have this on ultra settings, and it's totally playable. This is not a game that is going to break your GPU. You know, this doesn't even have a dedicated GPU, and this game can run fine pretty much on this laptop. The frame rate could definitely be higher. I don't know exactly what the frame rate is, but I would definitely, if I played this, I would definitely tone down some of the stuff. I would definitely drop this down to probably medium, and I would drop down some of the other settings as well, just so I could get a steady 60 frames per second, or if I couldn't even, I'd run it at 30. But yeah, this it's playable for sure, like, but it's a little off-putting at times too when you're playing it like this, because it doesn't stutter or anything, like, but it's not completely smooth either. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that and cool that you can play some of these light games. Obviously, this will be able to play indie titles that don't need a lot of graphics power or dedicated GPU really. Now, battery life, you're gonna get about 18 to 20 hours if you're just doing a lot of video watching and stuff. But if you're doing real work and browsing and videos and social media and all that stuff, you'll probably settle in around 12 or 13 hours of battery life, which is actually plenty of time. Here are all the apps that it has installed, which is not a crazy, like I've installed a couple of these, like DaVinci, which is Black Magic. But a lot of it's just Windows stuff. You got your Microsoft, and then you get a bunch of HP apps for like security and all of that. But otherwise, it's not crazy installed stuff. Like, it's not a lot of bloatware, which is cool. Also, this does have Wi-Fi 7, so you're gonna get good, fast internet speeds. If you have a Wi-Fi 7 router, it'll take advantage of that, which is great. Now, video editing, it does pretty good job. This is a 4K file, and I believe it's like 5 minutes or so, and it's doing it in about 3 minutes. Now, I do want to let you know that when I added the file and I started jumping around, it was definitely a little bit slower, or a fair bit slower than my Mac was to like load up the file and get it going and then hit play and all that stuff. It took seconds and seconds. My Mac does it instantly. So you could definitely video edit with this, but just don't expect the best performance. But if you're coming from something that's really slow, it might be just what you were looking for. So just keep that in mind. So who is this laptop for? It's someone that wants a really portable, lightweight laptop with a good quality screen, good quality speakers, fairly fast if they just want to do some light gaming. It has tons of ports. It has all the ports you'd probably want, minus an SD card slot. But other than that, this is a great laptop. Really nice keyboard, nice trackpad. It's just a good, solid laptop overall. So I'm gonna link it down below if you want it. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, put those down below as well. And we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.